David from Pan Theater, and the question I'm going to be talking about today is how long does it take to get good at improv, to develop skill? It's a pretty common question people ask in the beginning, and everybody's different. Everybody's coming in with a different background. I will say this, generally there's a saying it takes about 20 years to become an actor. It's from Sandy Meisner. A lot of the people I've talked to through the years say it takes about 10 years to become a solid improviser. Someone who's comfortable on stage, who can roll with most things, and can take their time, can go to comedy, can go to drama, can just be on stage without forcing things. So about 10 years. Now, that doesn't mean you don't make progress, and I would say honestly the most progress you make is probably in the first 2 years. You know, you're going from a base of 0 and you're just adding all these new ideas, all these new games, all these new exercises. And after about 2 years, you really grow quite a bit, and then you kind of plateau a little bit in that your progress is less noticeable to you. Now, that's a tricky part. The progress is still noticeable to other people, but to you it's a little less noticeable. And you'll go for those 2 years, then maybe it'll turn into 3, 4. There'll be another growth spurt in that time frame somewhere. It won't last quite as long, but then you'll start to see and understand and accept those small incremental improvements you get, and just the idea that it's an art form that doesn't have a finish. There is no being done with it. You learn, and then you learn more, and then you learn more. And as you're learning more, you'll come to blocks, things that kind of have a little bit of difficulty for you. And one of the things I tell people is oftentimes what blocks you on stage, there's something off stage that you have to explore, that you have to deal with, that you have to consider. A new way of responding, a new way of being, maybe driving a new way to work, whatever it may be. But when you create changes off stage, a lot of times those changes will reflect back on stage. And same thing, when you further develop your on-stage skills, those transfer and they help you change off stage. But all in all, to sum up, 2 years, there's an amazing amount of growth in the first 2 years. After that, it slows down a little bit. It's harder to see, other people will notice it. There's one growth spurt. And then to really hit your full stride, about 10 years. And if you're going to be the best actor you can be, as Sandy Meisner said, it takes about 20 years. Once again, David, Pan Theater.